Hi, everybody. Welcome to Comic Book Queer's Legacy, episode 186, I believe. It's hard to tell because Evil Jeff and I are on the island of Krakoa. We are here at the Hellfire Gala.
I'm so excited. This is crazy. Brett, I must say you look amazing. I mean, even if Jumbo didn't do our tuxedos, we look great.
We did ourselves, and you know what? We've got a thing on Jumbo or two.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So
I
we
tell you,
have...
It's just so amazing, but we did decide to just go off the beaten path to
Yes,
explore.
we have
because
gone
we need
off
to see
the
what's
beaten
really
path.
going on.
Yeah, we want the dirt on the real Krakoa. So we're sneaking around the jungle.
Oh my god, it's just so weird. Going through the gate was kind of orgasmic. They never mentioned that.
Yeah, it was the first orgasm I've had in a while. You know what? I'm noticing that a lot of these plants and flowers are sprouting eyeballs. I think we should go.
Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, excuse me. Oh, someone's
Let's
walking
go
by.
back to the park. Excuse me. Get out of the way. We have to get out of here. Get out of the way. Oh my god, Jeff, you pushed her.
Oh my god, she fell really far.
Oh my god,
I think just be resurrected.
Oh my god, that's not a mutant. That's the Scarlet fucking Witch.
Oh fuck, we just killed the Scarlet Witch. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Fuck. Oh my god, we gotta get out of here.
Ah!
She doesn't look anything like Elizabeth Olsen. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 186 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. I am Brett, and joining me today for our Hellfire Gala wrap-up party, it's not a party, it's just a show, is Evil Jeff. Hi, Evil.
Hello.
Hi. So we did play the clip of when you and I went to the gala and accidentally murdered the Scarlet Witch. Spoiler.
Yeah, that was probably... we probably shouldn't have done that. But you know what? We need the viewers. We need the viewers. And that's more important than us going to jail.
Which we likely will be doing. But before we talk about the Hellfire Gala, Evil, I think we need to switch up our usual programming, and let's talk about some TV first.
I agree. Let's talk about the insanity that is Loki. Hit it.
Loki.
Someone who'll watch superhero sci-fi stuff with me.
All right. What episode was this? 4? 5?
Listen, this was 4, and the reason I'm saying listen is because I feel like I'm learning that episode 4 on these Marvel Disney Plus shows, it's the game changer.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Right? Like episode 4 of WandaVision was the interrupt this normal programming, what's happening outside of the Hex, where you met Monica Rambeau and you saw S.H.I.E.L.D. and Darcy and all that, and you're like, oh my god. Falcon, I'm sure something happened, but this one.
Yeah.
This one, to me,
now,
one of the greats.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this episode, there is something interesting going on where I was reading up on some Easter eggs and spoilers. Did you know, are you pretty sure of where you think the TVA is?
Oh, where it is?
Yeah.
I'm like a pocket dimension? I don't know.
Well, what did Owen Wilson say about it? He said time works differently here.
Oh, quantum.
And people are saying there's pictures of Michelle Pfeiffer in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and if you look in the background, you can kind of make out a skyline of a city, which they think is which could be the TVA.
Do you think Janet Van Dyne is behind the Timekeepers? Well, sorry. Spoiler, somebody's behind the Timekeepers.
But I do think the TVA is in the quantum realm.
That's super interesting. I have been getting notes of Kang the Conqueror in this show. And Kang is slated to be the villain of Ant-Man 3.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is that Kang the Conqueror looks like one of the Timekeepers, but, well, we'll get to that later. Are there even Timekeepers? We don't know as of yet.
The great and powerful Timekeepers, and I'm using those adjectives deliberately.
What's going on in Loki? First of all, if anyone's going to fall in love with himself, of course it's going to be Loki. Now,
This is an episode steeped in love.
Now, you were still saying you don't think that this is a female Loki. I feel it is a female Loki.
Oh, it straight up is. They
Yes.
proved it to us.
Yes. So he's falling in love with himself, and he's kind of questioning this idea of like, oh, maybe I don't have to be the bad guy. Maybe I don't need to be.
Right? A few things there. One is it himself? I mean, what is self? If you have different life experiences, does that make you the same person? I don't know.
Would you have sex with another version of yourself?
Absolutely. Look at me.
What if it was the female version of yourself?
Absolutely not. Ew.
I would just ask to touch my boobs.
I've heard some people... boobs. I've heard some people say, ew, that's him. How can he love himself? And I'm like, well...
You masturbate all the time. Give me a break.
I'm right. I know.
It's just masturbation.
It's a female, different life experiences, so I don't know. How self is she? But also, the whole notion you brought up, my friend, about Loki deciding he can be good. In the opening scene, we see a young Sylvie who has long, dark hair, just like a Loki, is growing up in the castle of Asgard, just like a Loki. She's playing with action figures. We even see an action figure of Fenris, Hela's wolf, from Thor Ragnarok. She's playing with action figures, and that's when the TVA comes in and takes her away. Later in the episode, she'll ask the TVA boss, I forget her name, what was my Nexus event? What caused you to come get me and ruin my life? Could it be that it was the moment Loki, female Loki, realized she could be a hero when she's playing with action figures? And the voice she's using, she's playing the hero. You know, she's playing with these dolls, these action figures, and she's not like, you'll never catch me. You know, she's being very heroic in that fantasy. So I wonder, is her Nexus event a Loki realizing they could inherently be a hero?
Fascinating.
It's some fascinating
And of
stuff.
course, who's the person that kind of takes Sylvie in? Is what's her nuts, the judge.
Yeah, that's who I was trying
What's her name?
remember the name. I can't remember her name.
Fast Color.
But it's the woman from Fast Color, yeah.
So now we're kind of starting to realize that she might not be all roses and puppy dogs. She has kind of like a shady backstory.
She's lying. Did she know the timekeepers weren't real? Were they fooling her too? That seems unlikely.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. But anyway, as we could see, they were in this doomed planet, and of course, they were able to save them at the very last second, and they took them in as prisoners. The TVA.
Because they detected a Nexus event, which you're not supposed to do if somebody's hiding in an apocalypse.
Yes.
There's no variant energy that's going to be possible because ultimately it's all going to end. However, what Sylvie and Loki did was so powerful in terms of being a Nexus event that it created one even in the middle of one of the universe's greatest apocalypses.
I know.
So what was it?
I think I have a great love story, but my love didn't create a Nexus event. I think it's their love.
Oh my God.
I think
it
it's
is
them
their
falling
love.
in love. Created
It is, because it happened when she touched his leg.
Yeah. Yep.
And the Nexus event looks like the time stream getting a boner if you look at the the diagram. And what a boner. That Nexus event was going straight up. So love, the most powerful force in the Marvel Universe. Yay! Actually, in the MCU, friendship is the most powerful force. But it's love, which I love because I really wanted a good payoff to what I thought was a subpar episode 3.
And this
you were right, my friend. You said it was establishing trust between them. Well, it was establishing so much more.
Yeah. And I think because then the next big thing happening is Loki decides to reveal to Owen Wilson that they're all humans, that they're part of they're all variants.
They're all variants.
And of course Owen
all
Wilson
the TVA.
is like, I don't believe you. But little inklings start making him realize that maybe he's telling the truth. And and at the same time, what's her name? I forget the number she is, the girl from Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, I want to say C20, B15, B15. Ruby.
Yeah.
From Lovecraft.
She's also, because she got enchanted, she's also kind of having some memories, original memories come back. And so she's kind of like, all right, take me to, like, show me what's going on. Like, she goes to
show me my life.
Yeah. And basically, as soon as she sees her life, she's immediately like, okay, I'm on your side now.
I thought that was such a powerful choice to leave us in mystery and just to hold the camera on B-15's reactions.
Yeah.
And not show us what she was seeing, show us the life she was seeing. What I was reminded of in that scene where it's pouring rain outside of the Rocks Cart store and she sees her life and she starts crying in the rain, I was immediately reminded of Blade Runner. Of the Tears in the Rain scene.
Interesting.
The Tears in the Rain monologue, Rutger Hauer's dying monologue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Where's Daryl Hannah? Anyway.
Up in a tree.
So she's on Sylvie's side. Owen Wilson switches, Fast Color Judge switches their little I don't even know, their little tech pads. Looks, and she keeps saying that the woman that was the soldier that was kidnapped basically just went insane, and like that's the end of it. And it's like, nope, didn't go insane. She just remembers everything. And
she kept saying, it's real, it's real. And he's like, what's real? Turns out her life on Earth was real.
And not only does Owen Wilson see that, he sees that the judge is there and is the one covering it all up. So he goes to get Loki, and he's like, come on, let's be good guys, let's be heroes. But they don't even get 3 seconds of that. Immediately.
She prunes him.
Immediately, she fucking prunes him.
She prunes him.
I freaked out.
God.
I was like, no, he can't die. What?
He can't die without us seeing him on a jet ski. What is that? Come on.
Fucking prunes him, and then just takes Sylvie and Loki to the Timekeepers. But luckily, Ruby's there.
Ruby shows up, throws them their weapons.
I didn't really see her die.
She gets like knocked out.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, she gets knocked out, but she throws Sylvie her sword. Loki and Sylvie are able to take down the guards, including Fast Color Judge. She gets knocked out. Sylvie throws the dagger, the sword, at the central timekeeper of the 3. And that bitch is a robot.
Fucking robot heads. Androids.
Fucking Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
What are they, in a murder world?
Right? What are they, in Oz? The Emerald City? Kind of. It was very green.
So they're basically like, what the fuck was all this for? Who's really the main player? What's going on? But Loki's like, no. We need to talk about something else. I need to talk about my undying love for you. But he doesn't get to say that because he fucking gets pruned.
Bitch prunes him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like screaming,
oh my God.
No! I need to watch some reaction videos of that happening to him because I'm sure people are like, what the fuck?
I watch with friends on Zoom, and we screamed, and my one friend was like, remember when Sylvie said it's not about you? Do you think the show is going to be about Sylvie and not Tom Hiddleston? And I was like, yeah, because Tom Hiddleston just died. He's gone. Or is he?
Or is he? We finally get, on episode 4, a post-credit scene.
Yes, we get a stinger. And what a stinger.
Yeah.
Because part of me has been like, where's Richard E. Grant? Where is Richard E. Grant?
And in the beginning, I was like, oh, that other Loki, that's the kid Loki. That's the kid Loki. I want to see the kid Loki. Nope, it's the lady Loki. Well, Loki wakes up after being pruned. And what's the line he says? Does he say, like, am I dead?
He's like, am I dead? And then you hear a voice off camera say, no, but you have to come with us if you want to live. Which,
Sarah Connor.
We love that line.
Sarah Connor.
Anytime that line is said, we're like, yay! And then we cut to who said it.
Old Loki.
It's like, in fact, in the credits, classic Loki. It is an old Loki wearing the costume from, like, Avengers #1.
Yeah. And we
1963. Not the movie, you goddamn casuals, the comic book.
And we got Boy Loki.
We have Kid Loki.
And then we have, like, a Black Thor.
He's in the credits, he is listed as Boastful Loki.
Boastful
So he's a
Loki?
Loki. Boastful Loki. They're listed as Boastful Loki, Kid Loki, and Classic Loki. But there's a fourth Loki who did not get a credit, who I want to know about the most.
Which one?
Crocodile Loki.
Oh, Crocodile. Wait a minute, but that's the thing. I thought it was a Thor. I didn't think it was a Loki because he's holding a hammer.
Right. No, it's a Loki.
Oh, that's awesome.
Listed as a Loki. Yeah. But Kid Loki is holding Croco-Loki.
I still am confused of, like, how the Lokis can be different genders, different races. How does all that work? How does that... I guess it's like if they're all the same Loki, I just am confused of how that...
Yeah, it's comic booking.
I guess I'll just go with it.
Just go with it. It's comic booking. I mean, you've seen alternate reality versions of people. Like, they just keep getting
but it's still just the
weirder
timeline.
and more different.
But that's the thing is, like, I feel like the Nexus event would have had to have gone a long time before they were like, oh, yeah, this Loki shouldn't have been a girl for 8 years. Let's rewind it back and now make it a boy again. You know what I mean?
But I don't think that's the variation. Like, I think the body kind of doesn't matter. Like, this soul, this spirit that is Loki.
Loki can be any form because he's the god.
Born in any body.
He can just be anything.
It's not. Yeah, it's not female that caused Sylvie's Nexus event. It's, per my theory, heroism.
Yeah.
So a different demographic, a different body is not going to...
No, that makes sense. I guess I just need to make it make sense in my head.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm just so excited.
I'm so excited, and I can't wait for Richard E. Grant to play this old, bitchy Loki. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, it's good. And, like, just, especially juxtaposed with episode 3, I was like, yes, thank you. Here it is. I'm so sorry to lose faith in you, Marvel. Thank you.
What comes after this? What If?
What If is in August. Yep, and I know Hawkeye's
after that then, right?
Is after that, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And next week, know what we're talking about.
Oh, baby.
Some Black
Widow.
Black Widow, baby.
I can't wait. I saw on the marysue.com, they were giving it rave reviews.
Okay.
All good stuff. All right, we've gotten TV done. Now, let's get to our post-party special.
Hit it.
I want your ass.
Oh my God.
What a party. I'm still hungover.
Yeah, it's the Hellfire Gala is over. There's been trials and tribulations. There's been death. There's been new friendships forged, new enemies made, and there's a new queen of the solar system.
My goodness.
A lot's
all
been
in
going
one night.
on.
What a party.
All in one night.
And we were there.
And a whole planet created.
And a whole planet created, colonized. We were there. So, Evil Jeff, overall, what did you think of the gala? I mean, you've been to a lot of parties. You're part of the LA scene. In terms of how these things typically go, what did you think?
I'm going to tell you this. Just the amount of... I'm in LA, so I see celebrities all the time. So just seeing celebrities isn't that big of a deal. But it did feel like if the Oscars was done glamping. That's how it felt to me.
Yeah, I see that.
The green carpet, famous people everywhere. The drinks got you shit-faced.
Shit-faced.
Con, it did smell a little bit like fertilizer the whole time.
Yeah, and it was sticky.
Yeah,
the stickiest party I've been to.
a little sticky.
I will say, going back to the celebrity thing, when I saw Scott Adsit, when I saw Patton Oswalt, when I saw Jonathan Van Ness, I was like, oh my God, it's the A-list.
Yeah. And us.
And us. My goodness. Who was your top fashionista? Who do you think wore what they wore the best of the entire evening? It need not only be one.
I mean, hands down, Emma Frost stole the entire show.
All three looks. My goodness.
Yes. And then after that, honestly, Colossus. Colossus was so incredibly sexy and hot.
Incredibly sexy. Do you know at one point he picked me up by my throat, told me to open my mouth, spit in my mouth.
Spit or like vodka?
Like spit, like with spit.
Oh, okay.
And he said, Das Vidanya. And I've never stopped thinking about it. Best part is he wasn't even in steel form.
I will tell you, I did have a tryst with somebody.
Oh, we're going to get to that. Let's get to it now.
Okay.
Who did you have sex with?
All right, here's the deal. I kept on going back to the bar, and eventually I got banned from the bar because I was I was just eating too many hors d'oeuvres. And so I had to wave down one of the Madrox waiters. And basically, I was like, who do you have to blow to get a drink around here? And he's like, you can blow me.
Oh.
And he took me in the back. And apparently it was one of the you know how each dupe is different? This is like a full-on gay dupe.
Yes, you found the gay dupe.
No, but this is the most crazy thing. I started blowing him, but then he started fucking me.
Yeah?
But then
wait, how?
What do you mean how? He put his wiener in my butt.
If you were blowing him, how did he do that?
Well, I mean, then I stopped blowing him and pulled my pants down.
Oh, it's sequential. Fine.
Yes, not at the same time. Then, here's the crazy thing, though. The real Madrox was looking for him, found him, absorbed him. So while I was being penetrated, he absorbed him. It was the most amazing sex I mean, it was traumatizing and exhilarating and orgasmic all at the same time.
Oh my God, I'm absorbed in this story.
Yeah. Do you know what it's... I mean, there's one thing where someone pulls out, but it's another thing when they're just absorbed out of you.
Yes.
Anyway.
I can't even imagine.
Anyway, what about you? Who did you hook up with besides getting spit on by Colossus?
Oh, I had sex with Fred Dukes, the Blob.
What?
I did.
I didn't know you were into bears.
Yeah, I am. I'm way into bears. I'm way into muscle bears, especially with the handlebar mustache.
Is he a muscle bear, though?
He is. No, he is. He's like the kingpin. Like, you think he's fat, but he's mostly muscle.
But you can't move him, so does you just have to ride him?
That's not what he told me. He said, nothing moves the Blob except you, Brett. You've moved my heart.
Oh.
Right?
That's so
So we're
cute.
seeing each other again on Saturday.
Oh, wow. Did he give you a gate
pass
or something?
He did. I also had a 12-way with, let me think on this. It was Forearm, Gambit, Sunspot, Shatterstar, Sans Richter. It was Tempo was there, Banshee. We had Roberto DaCosta. We had Cannonball. We had Paige Guthrie. She left. It was a hootenanny. There's 3 others.
The only other weird thing I did is Mr. Sinister asked if he could take a DNA swab of me, but he did it with his tongue. And in my butt.
Oh, okay.
I think he just rimmed me. I don't remember him.
I think that sounds like a rimming. I don't think you can take DNA.
I don't remember seeing a petri dish anywhere that he spit into afterwards. But who knows?
So-
There could be a clone of me somewhere soon.
That would be amazing. And then we can have a third host.
He'd be good robot Jeff, clone Jeff.
Yeah. I went up to Sinister and I was like, would you like to take a DNA sample of me? And he said, no.
I'm good.
He said, no, thank you. I'm good.
But what else has happened at the Hellfire Gala?
Oh, well, I don't know. The mutants colonized Mars. What did you think of that?
Their fireworks special, having that in my head, watching them, it was definitely, it was a little like, all right, we get it. You guys are way better than us. Like, stop rubbing
I know.
it
It was like a little like rubby facey.
like a little
bit.
gilding the lily.
Yeah. And also, like, Iceman really was, to me, like, the pinnacle of the fireworks show.
Yeah.
And I'm standing next to Jubilee, and I turn to her, and I'm like, wow, Iceman really is providing the fireworks, my God. And she said, the fuck he is, and she did her own private fireworks show for me.
But they probably still weren't as good, and you had to pretend
No, I fell asleep. I fell so bad, I fell asleep.
Yeah, fucking Jubilee. All right, here's the question.
And
Who
yeah.
tried to talk to you, but they were so annoying you had to, like, just get away from them?
Surprisingly, it was Sebastian Shaw.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, money, 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 money. I'm like, I'm not materialistic. I'm not a capitalist.
Yeah. I will
What
tell
about
you
you?
this. Mine was two. One, I accidentally told Fabian Cortez I liked his ponytail, and then he literally spilled all of the secrets of Krakoa and just talking about how bitter he was. And it was just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I got it. Okay, bye. I couldn't have
God.
enough of it. And then I did get cornered by a drunk Nightcrawler.
Ooh, I avoided that like the plague. Although you can't really say that anymore.
Although I do think he thought I was Banshee because I'm a ginger. Because he kept he kept telling me to scream at him. I don't know.
Literally, everybody kept asking me, so how do you know Banshee? And I'm like, that's not Banshee.
I mean, granted, I shouldn't have worn the that my tux did have. When I raised my arms, it had the yellow and black kind of stripy thing, so it was confusing.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
So this is weird. We never got a chance to talk about this. Did you hear about what happened to Prodigy?
Yes, Prodigy was raped and murdered.
I heard it and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
It sounded problematic.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Where it's like, oh,
It's kinda crazy.
There's a predator preying on queer black youth. I'm going to let him rape and murder me, and then and then when I'm resurrected, I'll solve the mystery.
Right. And then, but then I won't have agency and my teammates will want. Anyway, I'm like, was it Ed Buck? That Democratic donor, that high-end Democratic donor that like actually did that in real life, and he's in a cell awaiting sentencing now?
Well, he just would inject meth with hookers, and then they kept dying.
We probably could have gone in a different direction. It was kind of a buzzkill on the whole party, I would say.
Yeah,
and
that was weird. And then
that was weird.
Also, did you overhear about how Aurora and Dakin are also like just murdering people together?
Yeah, like really, they're like a little bit of like a natural born killers, Mickey and Mallory thing going on.
Yeah.
It was really off-putting.
Yeah, it was weird too.
I didn't like it.
You know what I did like,
that
though?
said, nobody deserves death threats.
iBoy has found a way to have offensive powers.
Yeah, using his hands, which makes sense.
Hands over his eye. What did he?
His hands over his eyes.
He put his hands over his eyes and basically shot laser beams out.
Yeah, totally expected that to happen. Saw that coming a mile away, much like iBoy.
Oh, but then there was also, there were people. There was and that the new X-Men were formed.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm all about that team.
We have a new X-Men team coming. We also... Oh, there is one other person I tried to sleep with. I tried to sleep with North Star's husband to break them up.
Oh, did it work?
No, because I mean, look at North Star. I wasn't attracted enough to sway him.
Right.
But
he did it for a funny story to tell North Star.
But there was new lives and there was some new deaths. Know who's alive again? Cable.
Cable. Old Cable.
Yeah. Resurrected with the legacy virus.
Which he said out loud and addressed it in the comic book. Which we like.
Which I'm kind of like, that is my explanation of Karma's leg.
Thank you.
I was like, that is going to be my explanation of Karma's leg. Yeah, we're just going to give it to
exact. Yep.
But Cable is back.
Cable is back. I don't know what Kid Cable is going to do with the rest of his life.
Well, I think Kid Cable is going to go back to. I think he's going to go back into the future. But that's the thing. The thing that's interesting is, old Cable came back and he's like, oh, we're in Krakoa. Cable's known about Krakoa the whole fucking time.
The whole goddamn time. So I think Cable... He never said anything.
I think... And that's why I think old Cable, when he was like, I'm here to kill you, old Cable's like, all right. Because he knew he was coming back to life. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And
it's all part of it.
And so I think... I also think Cable is going to tell young Cable, like, this is where you go next. You're going to go at this place in the future and do this and this and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cable, always one step ahead. So he's got a new book coming out called Cable Reloaded, starring old Cable.
Great.
It feels like these mutants, they are coming out with like these short spurt titles moving forward, like The Trial of Magneto, Cable Reloaded, Way of X is going to give way to Onslaught Revelation. Like these spurts.
But that's the thing but is Excalibur being canceled?
No, I think it's going to keep going.
So I'm curious if so there's X-Men, Excalibur, what are the X-Force? I don't think is being canceled. I'm just trying to think. Wolverine is still around. I'm trying to think of what are going to be the base ones that are always there.
Right. But doesn't it feel like Hellions would be up for ends with issue 12 and then we're going to do the Nanny Saga? You know what I mean?
I mean, I would love if Hellions just kept on fucking going. I'd be curious of what the sales is. One day we should look at what the sales are.
Yeah, we should see what the sales are. Yeah.
But there's also some deaths that happened.
Yes, there are. Oh my god. Well, we killed Wanda.
We killed Wanda Maximoff. And I do think the thing is I snuck in and watched the aftermath. It was also this X Factor ended on so many bummers.
It was it was like Twin Peaks.
Speed coming in and being like,
oh
Mom.
my god, Mom. So Speed found and that was our fault, our bad. We did not know that when you pushed her off that cliff that she would land right at Speed's feet. So that was horrible.
And Scout. Honey Badger.
Where, Evil Jeff, do you stand on the great Honey Badger debate? She's a clone of a clone, arguably. Does she deserve to come back? And if so, why doesn't Madeline Pryor?
Here is my thing. I feel once a clone has lived enough of a life apart from, these clones do not share memories of the other clone. They have Madeline Pryor and Scout, they have their complete own lives. And that means I feel they have their complete own souls.
Right.
And here's the other thing is, and I think it comes down to, are there backups of them? I think if there is a backup, which I believe there are, then they should be resurrected. And I do think if you are going to resurrect Honey Badger, you have to resurrect Madeline Pryor. You can't use that she's evil as an excuse when you fucking have Sinister and Farouk and all these other people that are
Right.
allowed to be alive.
Jean's like, yeah, but she's like super evil.
I do think it
She's
ends
like,
up being Jean being like, that fucking cunt is not showing up here with my fucking face.
I would love it if Jean was like, oh, fine, resurrect the bitch. Fine,
This is
let
what
her
I
watch.
would do. But this is what I would do. Jean would resurrect her, but as soon as she came out of the egg, Mask would show up and fuck her face up, just not to make her ugly or anything, but just to make her look not like her.
like less like Jean. Like Jean before her nose job.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
she's going to sit there and hand Madeline Pryor some Clairol. She's like, if you're going to be fucking alive, you're going to be a fucking brunette bitch. I'm
That's right.
red.
I own red. I think so. Where I stand in the debate is just as a counterpoint. Clones are garbage and they shouldn't be resurrected. No, that's terrible. We love Honey Badger. I think that if you want to bring back a clone, you have to mix them up with another clone. So
But by
Honey
that
Badger
same
can come
point-
back, but she has to be half Madeline Pryor.
I would say, but by the same point, technically Laura's a clone too.
right,
and they
she's
resurrected
on
her.
the X-Men. Like, is
And
she,
they
right?
resurrected her.
Correct. Bring back Madeline Pryor. is
Bring
the
back
point of
my
this
girls.
segment.
I will say this.
Bring back my girls.
It does seem very obvious that, I'll be surprised if this isn't what's going to happen. It seems very obvious that this is all, and you've said this before, it's all going to end with them realizing there's a backup of Wanda and she's been a mutant the whole time.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because in it, I feel like it wasn't ever that she wasn't a mutant. It was more that she just wasn't Magneto's daughter. Right?
No, it was that she wasn't a mutant.
But what was her basis of saying that she wasn't a mutant?
Well, the
wasn't
higher
Magneto's
evolutionary.
daughter.
So she did that spell.
Oh,
where
was
she
that?
was like,
did that spell affect all mutants?
No, she did the spell that was like, affect my family.
Oh yeah,
and it
that's what I'm
didn't-
saying. It was never about. It was all based on her lineage to Magneto. But you can still be a mutant just because you're not related. to
No,
Magneto.
the high evolutionary said you're not a mutant.
Oh, that
You
guy's
never
a
were.
liar.
And that guy is going to be in Jerry Duggan's X-Men. So the writing is on the wall,
Oh,
friends.
please. Oh, come on. He's going to come up being
He's
like...
gonna be like,
but
"Oh,
sh-
I was
but,
just
but she's
kidding."
not, like, Pietro's going to come in and be like, but we're not mutants. I lied. Why?
I lied.
I don't know,
'Cause
because
I lied.
that other writer was stupid.
Because I like lying.
Was that...
it was
Wait,
all...
was it Remender who did that?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think that happened. Was it in...
Because it was an uncanny...
yeah, it might have been.
It was an uncanny...
Avengers.
Avengers.
The other thing is, regardless of the writer, it was definitely... Didn't it feel like it was because of the cinematic universe? And
Because
there was no Fox deal in sight. There was no Fox deal in sight, so it looked like the MCU was never going to have mutants.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Fox deal happened.
Because that was also the same time they were really pushing those Inhumans.
Ugh. But it's clear where this is going. Wanda and Pietro in the MCU survived the Mind Stone trials because they're mutants. Agatha Harkness is able to absorb energies because she's a mutant.
Yeah.
And I think the first mutant we're going to see in the MCU is going to be Magneto. Dalta, meet my friend, my old friend, Charles.
But is he going to show up as... But, I mean, do you think they're going to have Magneto be related to Wanda in the MCU?
Oh, I don't... Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Because they
Maybe.
already established the parents.
True.
They could
But
have
maybe
things
he's
being
the
like,
bio
oh, these
dad.
weren't your real parents. This is your real dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
funny where people are pushing for a black man to play Magneto.
love that.
And
I don't want to erase the Jewish.
that was the thing, is I'm all for those things, except he's Jewish and was like a Holocaust survivor. So that, I feel like that might be a trickier feat
Yeah.
to pull.
I say make Xavier black.
Oh yeah, because let's be honest, black men look way better bald than white men do.
Absolutely. Let's make Xavier black and let's make him Giancarlo Esposito.
Is he the one from Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. An Afro-Latino Xavier.
I love it.
Be amazing.
Well.
So did you happen, back to the Hellfire Gala,
Okay.
did you happen to take home any souvenirs?
All right. Okay. You can't tell anyone. I mean, besides the whole Wanda thing, which we did display, but I did.
We did.
I did take something. As we were sneaking around, I also found this Logic diamond. And so now I don't need hard drives anymore. Like, literally, this is enough to, like, save all of my porn for the next 100 years.
Wow, a Logic diamond. Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, what?
You didn't knock over Wanda.
What?
I pushed her, and I made you think it was you.
Why would you do that, Brett?
To distract people.
Why do you care if it's... Brett, what's going on with your face? Brett?
Oh, my name's not Brett.
Brett, what are you doing? Oh my God!
I want that Logic diamond. Give it back to me.
Ouch, ouch.
I need it to bring my wife back.
Mystique?
That's right. I notice you're edging closer to that cliff, evil Jeff. I'll show you evil Jeff.
No, get away from me! Why? I was wondering why you wanted to record by a cliff. No, get away from me! Ah!
Push. Thank you so much for listening to episode 186 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. And remember, friends, if you read comics, well, that makes you a lesbian. I want my wife back.
Damn.